for overtime plus holiday hours. Patriot Home Care employees provide personal care, conversation and companionship, medication reminders, light housekeeping and laundry, meal preparation, and errands. Start your career in home care today and call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or apply online at patriothomecare.org.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford knows that the only vehicle that matters is the one that you're interested in. It's true. It doesn't matter how big the dealership is or how many years they've been in business if you can't find the right car for your budget. That's why Falcone's Moon Township Ford goes the extra mile to help make the perfect match for you in your pocketbook. Sometimes that means giving you a little bit more for your trade-in or being a little more patient while you test drive several vehicles. Click moontownshipford.net and start the process now. Then visit the showroom on University Boulevard across from Robert Morris. When you're ready to drive into spring in style, Falcone's Moon Township Ford knows there's only one car that will do for you, and they'll help you find it.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
You're listening to 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, in addition to 1230 WBVP Beaver Falls.
I found the perfect place for Mom, the Village at St. Barnabas. Luxury condo-style living with activities, restaurants, a hair salon, and she can bring her dog Lucky.
Discover the Village at St. Barnabas. Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com for a tour.
It's now time for the best of Beaver County. For the next 30 minutes, you're going to learn about unique and interesting people in Beaver County. You can also watch live on Facebook at WBVP-WMBA. The Best of Beaver County is brought to you by St. Barnabas. Here is your host, Frank Sparks.
Hey, good morning and welcome to this week's Best of Beaver County. I'm Frank Sparks, and this week we're going to have a couple guys joining us from Push Beaver County, as I'm trying to get the cameras to work because they don't want to work here. So, all right. Joining us this morning is none other than Tyson Smith and Lance Grable, and we're going to talk about Push Beaver County and some of the really cool things that are going on within Push Beaver County. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
So, start out first, I guess, Lance or Tyson, whichever one. Tell us a little bit about Push Beaver County.
You know, Push Beaver County, I mean, it's been around for a long time. I mean, I think the best way to describe it is it is just a group of volunteers, no paid individuals at all, just a group of volunteers that care so much about this county, and they want to do anything they can to try and just help this county continue to move forward and be the greatest county in this country, and just find ways to do that and different ways to do that all the time, just unselfishly giving their time, their energy, their efforts. Like Mark and Nate Kopsak are two of the best people to bring others together that I've ever seen in my entire life. And they've been able to do that and reach out and get just other people, just other organizations, different companies. And the reason that we're able to have some of the events that we have, like, of course, everybody knows, Beaver County Boom. I mean, that doesn't happen without just building long-lasting relationships. So literally, I mean, that's what we're there. We're there to push Beaver County forward and keep moving it forward in any way that we can. Long ago, it really started with trying to think about education. They know how important education was. And as time has gone on, a lot of things just keep kind of getting thrown into our laps, and we just take it and run with it and do the best we can with it. And really try to bring people together as much as we possibly can.
Most people, when they hear Push Beaver County, they think fireworks.
Yeah.
But there's a whole lot more.
Sure is.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said that any better, Lance. I mean, PUSH stands for People United Shaping and Helping Beaver County. That's what PUSH means. So you said it the best. I couldn't say it any better.
So what made you, Tyson, want to get involved with PUSH when you first came on board?
That's a great question. I don't know. God works in mysterious ways, and I met Mark and Nate through the Chamber of Commerce, actually. We were at an event, and Jack Manning introduced us, and they started talking about what they do in the county, and I wanted to get involved. I mean, it was all, guns ho, guns a-blazing. Let's go. Let's do this. So I got on board, and we started doing a couple other things. Now we're here with the scholarships. And it's a pretty big thing. That's why we're here today.
Lance, what about you? Why did you get involved with Push?
Well, I was working, I was running planning, redevelopment, GIS for the county, and I was starting to look at building out the comprehensive plan for the entire county, and reached out to a bunch of different folks and got to know Mark and Nate a little bit just through some different meetings, and quickly realized that we were aligned. They weren't a bunch of talkers. Like, they didn't want to just talk about something. They actually want to get things done, which was a blessing to me, and it helped us quite a bit for the comprehensive plan. And I remember I went to the first meeting, and they were all sitting around the table, and they were talking actually about scholarships. They had given out, I think that year, 7 scholarships. And they were asking who was going to sign the letter saying, hey, congratulations, you've won, this scholarship. And they were arguing about who was going to sign it. And I remember initially, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this isn't the type of organization I want to be with. If they're arguing about who's going to sign it, like, I don't need to be around egos, that sort of thing. And as I listened to them more and more, I realized they were arguing because none of them wanted to sign it. They didn't want to be, they're like, hey, this isn't just me, this is us. And it ended up being, they ended up signing at Push Beaver County as opposed to an individual person. And that made me realize right then and there, like, okay, this is the type of organization I want to be a part of.
Yeah, we take no credit for anything. We want to be anonymous a lot of times, and people don't realize that, especially in our donations and giving.
So, Tyson, when it comes to education, that seems like that's always been on the forefront of what Push is behind. Mm-hmm. Why is that?
Well, if you don't better our students, better the community, we're not gonna thrive. If you don't help the children now through education, help the schools, help the teachers, push everyone forward, we're not gonna have better businesses, better restaurants. Bringing the community together. Here's what I say about Beaver County is, if you live in Allegheny County, you live in Wexford, I'm sure as shit you don't know anyone in Homestead. Mm-hmm. Everyone in Beaver County can probably know anyone from Quip all the way down to Beaver to Riverside. And that's what makes us unique. And so education is very important, whether it's from one side of Riverside to the other side of the county to Aliquippa. If we don't help these kids now, we're not making the county good. We're not making the children thrive. We're not getting people pushing them forward and moving forward to another level on whether it's trades or college. And that's what we're here for, is just to help the schools, help the teachers, help the administrations, help the community to better educate, because that's what we're here for. And that's the most important thing, is for our children.
When you hear about like these scholarships and what Push is doing with the scholarships, normally it's supporting the students, but also this is also supporting the teachers as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, at the end of the day, my wife is a teacher, her sister's a teacher, my late father-in-law was a teacher. Shout out to Ozzie Signor.
That was your father-in-law?
It was.
Oh, get out of here.
Just an amazing man.
He was my catechism teacher when I was growing up. I used Mr. Signor for years. He was a great baseball coach, just a great guy. 90
state champs.
I didn't know that was either. That's crazy.
Yeah, I did not know that was your father-in-law. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I've watched, if you watch what a teacher goes through on a daily basis, it's funny. I tell this to my wife all the time. We all think that we have stressful jobs, no matter what it is. And I think everybody does in their own right. But to sit there and try to prepare every single day, make sure that you're hitting this wide range of students, some that are super intellectual and some that are struggling to, trying to get there, and find a way to prepare for that and make sure that you have the ability to reach each of those students every single day. And I know what I was like in school, which wasn't maybe the best student.
Are you any different now?
So different.
We got to pay it back from our faults in the past.
That's it. But in addition to that, I have sat there with scissors and construction paper, cutting out stars and letters and that sort of stuff for my sister-in-law, Mary, just so she could, she just wants her classroom to look unbelievable, and do anything that she can just to help that environment and help these kids be put in an environment to learn. And when you realize, if you sit back and realize the job they have, and honestly how much crap they take sometimes from parents and everybody else, man, they deserve somebody to come in and try and stand up for them a little bit and try to find a way to help them. And I think that that's one of the plans that we have, and I think we're going to be able to do that in the near future.
One of the big things is support with the teachers, as we were talking about EdFest last year, and when you move that forward, talk a little bit about EdFest.
Well, EdFest was unbelievable, and I mean that's Right Promise. I mean that is the Right Promise in the BVIU. Yeah. Two spectacular organizations. We tagged along, just trying to help out in any way we can, because we just knew how important that was, to figure out the date and to know that the teachers are going to get their credentials or their credits for it, and to have like 20, I think there was over 2,000 people at the Dome and then online, going through all that, bringing in the speaker. I would have had no idea who to bring in. Carol Sprinker, just from the Right Promise, knew exactly what to do, being in education for so long. We are so blessed to have the Right Promise. We are so blessed to have the BVIU they worked their butts off to try to get this set up so it could be the best possible thing for these teachers. And it was phenomenal. I know the day afterwards, I was in a meeting in Allegheny County, and I had some friends asking me, like, how did you guys do that? What happened? And I'm like, man, it takes some really good partners to make that happen.
It was the first time in history that every district was under one roof at the same time. Every teacher, every educator. Mm-hmm. And the last time, this is an interesting fact, remember this, that Carol said? The last time they had that many people at the Dome was when New Kids Were on the Block played there.
That was a long time ago. But it seemed like, being at the event as well, it seemed like the teachers actually enjoyed themselves and had a good time. I mean, the speaker was out. He was just, outstanding.
He was great.
Yeah, he was great. But they enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's better than, I got to be careful how to say it. It's better than just sitting there, listening to, just going through some admin stuff or whatever it may be. Like, that speaker was unreal. I guarantee you that the speaker this year is going to be unbelievable as well. I mean, I can't miss for sure. That stuff is important. We don't want just to show up so we can say, hey, look, we brought 2,000 people in. We want them to come in, enjoy themselves. We're looking at any of the mistakes that we had in the past. Like, we were in charge of the coffee, and there was a lot more coffee that was being drunk than we thought was going to be. One of our coffee pots broke down, so we were scrambling. We'll be sure to make sure that we have that taken care of this year and more. Like, we just want to build that to be even better. We know that we're going to get the people in. We know we're going to have a spectacular somebody to keynote. We really want to make sure that the teachers that come in have the best time they possibly can.
Jeff Arnold, what's the nonprofit? He's a pastor, and his nonprofit was able to box every lunch for every educator.
That's
and
awesome.
Give props to them and what they did. And say, on another note, just bringing people together, the nonprofit that he's a part of, all these pastors got together. And now they're talking, whether you're Protestant, Catholic, Baptist, and they're getting together to help the community and just spread love and God's word throughout the community as well, too. So we're just trying to do that with education, getting inspired by things that he has done.
And a big thanks to Beaver County Radio for being there. Like, there's a lot more people that were able to hear that never would have been able to without Beaver County Radio being there. And sometimes I don't think that maybe some of these businesses or some of these organizations understand how many people that Beaver County Radio reaches. So I say this every time I'm on, and I guess maybe this is my chamber hat, but man, if you want to grow your business, getting an ad through here, doing something through Beaver County Radio is the way to go, for sure.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. So, well, let's dig into these scholarships a little bit. Tyson, $30,000 in scholarships this year. Tell us about it.
Well, we got private funding, which is very nice, and so $30,000, and we're trying to give out. So I'll let Lance talk on the Push Empowered scholarships,
okay,
and then I could talk about. We got on a high level, we got funding for scholarships. We've always did scholarships through our golf outing, and we give them out throughout the county. And what ended up happening is no one wants to apply. No kid wants to apply and write an essay, right?
Right.
So part of the Blackhawk Education Foundation board I'm on is we created a JOT form partnering with Michelle Rentz, which is an excellent partner, CPA. You're able to fill out one form now through Push Beaver County. It's pushbeavercounty.org. There's a link for Empowered. Go on, apply. But students, there's only one form you need to fill out, and then it will say you qualify for these other scholarships throughout the county and throughout what Push has. So you're writing one essay, and you're just putting in your information one time. So whoever's listening out there, educators, parents, it's one form. You don't got to make your kids sit down and fill out 5 essays. I remember my parents trying to make me fill out essays when I was a kid, and I didn't want to do that. You know, it's your senior year, you want to live life, you go on to the next, but you don't realize how expensive college is, and these kids are in debt when they get out. You know, I was grateful, you know, through you know, my family and myself to be able to pay that off, but we're trying to make it easy. One form, online, tells you what you qualify for, and then we put it in a database, and we have a separate committee other than ourselves that will collect the data and award the grants. And it's for any student that's in high school moving forward. Doesn't need to be just higher education, could be trades, and it's a school of their choice. So we're not limiting it at all.
So it could be trades as well?
It could be trades.
Oh, that's awesome.
It could be beauty school. It could be anything. And the check goes to them as of now. You know, in the future, as we grow this, we'll probably write it to the school or the higher education. But as of now, the check will go to them. But it's, like I said, it's a JOT form. It's one form. It's online, pushbeavercounty.org, Push Empowered. Click on it, and you can apply right there for that grant. But Lance can talk about the 30,000, then I can dive into some of the other ones that that are more personal.
Now, is this the most that Push has ever given in scholarships? 30,000 this year?
Yeah, yes, it is. I mean, we've been around like 7,000, somewhere in that range, at least for the last few years. This year, just for our Push Foundation scholarships from Push Beaver County, we're giving up to $21,000 scholarships. So we were able to jump that up quite a bit with the help of a private donor, and us just pitching in some more from literally from what we're able to do at a golf outing and that sort of thing. All the funding that comes into us goes back out to the county, so this is a perfect way to make that happen. And really, it's simple. Like the qualifications, the eligibility are simple. You have to graduate, a 2026 graduating senior. In a Beaver County school district, charter school, private school, or homeschooled, need to be a resident of Beaver County for 4 more years, citizen of the United States, cumulative high school GPA of 3.0 or above, and a written acceptance or attend to university, college, trade, or other technical school located in Western PA. You know, Tyson had talked a little bit before, like, and another part of this is, you know, we have an older population here in Beaver County, and we're really trying to do everything we can to make sure these kids, if we can help them out just a little bit, they can go to school. And we really want them to come back, start their business, start their career here in Beaver County, and start allowing us to maybe start to have a little bit younger population here as well.
Well, a lot of us growing up in the county just stayed in the county, and it's good to see more and more people, seems like, want to stay as more and more of the county grows. Are there any limitations on somebody applying for a scholarship?
No, I mean, that is it. Those are the requirements. I mean, we try to put it out there as simple as we can, because we want as many people to apply. Like we want to give out $21,000 scholarships. We do not. We don't want to get 15. Like, I'm hoping that we get 40 applicants, because to be honest with you, the plan is to try to grow this and keep growing it. And you know, maybe in the future we'll have 50 of them. That's the plan. We want to continue to grow. We want to continue to give back to this county through our through our younger adults, through these scholarships, and through education. Typically,
how much are they getting each person?
1,000.
1,000. Okay.
Yeah. Each scholarship, there's 20 of them. They're each for $1,000.
Okay. When's the deadline to apply?
April 15th.
So that's coming up rather quickly.
Yeah, very quickly.
But once again, with Michelle Wren's helping tremendously, that JOT form, so my son went through this a couple years ago, and thank God for my wife as well, just to sit there and go through all the myriad of different requirements and everything for all these different scholarships we applied for. I think we did over 40 of them.
Wow.
And there was a separate essay for every single one. It was really difficult. I mean, it was very time consuming. It was almost a full-time job to go through and do that. This JOT form, and it's set up in such an easy way just to go in and know that you apply for one and you potentially are applying for a bunch of other ones as well.
Yeah, it will just tell you what you qualify for once you apply for one.
So what's the essay usually? What's the subject of the essay this year?
If you go online, you'll see there's a couple different things just to kind of explain some of your experiences and a couple different things like your volunteer experience, that sort of stuff. It's pretty general in terms, but it also allows somebody to go through and explain their experiences. If they have something that's kind of spectacular or specific to them, it does provide the ability for them to go in and explain that.
All right, we're visiting this morning with Lance Grable and Tyson Smith from Push Beaver County, talking about their scholarship enhancement program, and we're going to talk more about some of the other scholarships with Tyson. But we're going to take a very short break, and we'll be back with more right after this here on Beaver County Radio.
Cat Timpf is coming to Pittsburgh. Join St. Barnabas Charities to honor Cat Timpf at a fundraising gala to be held Thursday, April 23rd in Cranberry Township. Timpf is a comedian, TV personality, writer, and cancer survivor. She'll receive the Hance Award at the St. Barnabas Founders Day celebration. Tickets are on sale now. Call 724-625-3770. Proceeds benefit the St. Barnabas Free Care Fund. Buy tickets today at 724-625-3770 or visit stbarnabascharities.com.
If you own a company or a small business, you might have considered advertising on radio. It's smart because radio is still the most far-reaching media outlet today. WBVP and WMBA can get you results. Get more information at beavercountyradio.com.
Have you ever wanted to work in radio? Well, now is your chance. St. Barnabas Broadcasting is a network of 11 radio stations, and we are looking for account executives to introduce St. Barnabas Broadcasting and digital media to new prospective clients and grow existing ones. Experience in sales is preferred. Interested prospective candidates can apply by sending their resume to fsparks@beavercountyradio.com or by calling 724-444-JOBS.
Check out Beaver County's free online source for news, sports scores, and more. BeaverCountyRadio.com.
We're back here on the Best of Beaver County. Frank Sparks is your host, me, and visiting with Tyson Smith and with Lance Grable from Push Beaver County, talking about some of the things that are going on and talking about scholarships. So, Tyson, you said there are other scholarships beside the Push and Power. So tell us some of those scholarships.
Yeah, so you have the Emma and Grant Memorial Scholarship, the Aubrey Strong. So a little bit about Aubrey. Emma and Grant, I'll probably get a little emotional here, but the Alloys, they tragically lost Emma and Grant in a car accident, and Aubrey survived. And she was in the hospital for weeks. Her mother, Nikki, was by her side. Nicole, her aunt, Amy, everyone was by their side. The Psychas, the Heapacks, the Alloys. Sam Alloy is her grandfather. But so Aubrey survived, and they created a scholarship. And basically, the scholarship is in memory of Emma and Grant that tragically lost their lives. So it's for academic, more athletically, participate in softball, baseball, basketball, inspiration through their character and dedication. So it reflects the community's commitment to preserving Emma and Grant's legacy by supporting student athletes who demonstrate resilience, compassion, and the core values they live by: faith, teamwork, honesty, hard work, and love. So there's 2 scholarships for $2,500. So what you need to do is be a resident of Beaver County or Lawrence County, committed to participate in a college sport, have a GPA of 3.0 and above, and through their application essay, again, demonstrate the values lived by Emma and Grant. So basically, live in Beaver County, be a college athlete, 3.0 or above, apply. There's two $2,500 scholarships. It doesn't need to, it's just a school that they're going to at this point. So they have to be in college already. Okay. A lot of times these kids lose their scholarships, year one. They can't apply. Now, this is for when you're already in college. The second one is, which I'm very proud of. It's my family put it together. My grandmother, Frances Sutherland, my late grandfather, Dale Sutherland, he was a firefighter for years. I think 30 years. In North Swickley, and he was a pillar in the community. He actually created the 911 dispatch that was the engine numbers. So my family, Lee Smith, Dan Sutherland, Nancy Christian, Mark Sutherland, we all got together, and there's 5 of them, and Lynn Peterson, and decided to open a scholarship in their name. So basically, it's two $500 scholarships. What you have to do is be a firefighter, and a junior firefighter, live in Beaver County, and it's a school of your choice. Again, it's on the JOT form. It's already, just go apply Beaver County, pushbeavercounty.org, and get push empowered, and you'll see the Sutherland scholarship. But again, my grandmother's still alive. I don't even know if she knows that we did this. We're going to surprise her with it. But it's a memory of my grandfather and everything he's done to the community. We hope to continue and grow this through my family, and glory to God that we're able to do this and my family's able to do this. And, it is emotional because, my grandfather, we were very, very, very close. And I'm so excited to do this and put the applicants and, these firefighters have put their lives on the line every single day. My brother being one of my, Mark Sutherland's a chief out in North Swickley that recently retired. But we want to provide these scholarships while you're in the department and at school, junior, whatever it is. As long as you're a firefighter, you qualify for this scholarship.
That's awesome. All right, what are some of the other scholarships?
Another one is the Renz Charitable Scholarship. This is from Dr. David Renz and Michelle Renz, CPA, who I've talked about, who's helped us with the JOT form. And this is one for college. Dr. Renz is a safety management professor at Slippery Rock University. He's been there for a long time. They've been in Beaver County for over 25 years, the Renz family. And once again, there's two $500 scholarships. The eligibility and qualifications are you have to have graduated high school prior to 2026. So you're entering your sophomore, junior, senior, or graduate level years in college in the summer or fall of 2026. Be a graduate of Beaver County School District, charter school, private school, or homeschooled. Cumulative GPA of 3.0 or above. And pursuing a major in safety management, safety sciences, safety engineering, accounting, taxation, finance, or a closely related financial discipline. So once again, going on to the pushbeavercounty.org and filling out the JOT form, it'll let you know. I can tell you this, these college ones are really interesting and they're really helpful. Having a kid that's now in his sophomore year, he came out of school. We were fortunate that he had quite a few scholarships. But then you hit your sophomore year, and a lot of those scholarships have dried up. They're not continuing. The Jume Foundation that's out there, they do a wonderful job across this county, and they work with the Right Promise. They have one that continues on. Having some college scholarships is really, really helpful. And we're just so thankful to the Renz family for just being willing to do this.
You don't hear too much of, or at least publicize too much about already getting scholarships, getting scholarships if you're already in college. So this is kind of unique. The first time I've heard of this.
Yeah, and what happens a lot of time is, you go to college, after you're there for 1 year, then you start looking at what the college themselves will put out some stuff, and they have some offerings, and you can go in and apply. But to your point, Frank, you don't see a ton of organizations like ours or other organizations just having specific ones for college. We know how important it is. I mean, I really know how important it is with my son in the sophomore year. Because a lot of those first ones they're not there. They're for 1 year and they're done. So it's so helpful just to have anything at all. So these two $500 scholarships for this from the Wren's charitable scholarship, it's spectacular.
All right, in the last couple minutes we have kind of recap everything and how people can apply. And there's no fee to apply for anything, correct?
Absolutely not.
All right. So go ahead and recap everything a little bit if you guys would.
So pushbeavercounty.org, you'll see the Push Empowered ED. Click on it and apply. It's that easy. There's nothing to it. Just get the word out. Everyone, please apply. If you're a student in Beaver County or you live in Beaver County and you're in college, apply for these. It's free money, $30,000. We want to give money out because then we can give more next year. And the more people we get involved, and we're just trying to grow this thing.
Yeah, and we're set up. We're set up so that we're able to accept, if somebody wants to start something up, so they don't have to go out and go through the whole process of starting their own charitable foundation or whatever it is. They can start it up. They can come through us. We can name it whatever they want to name it. It can come through Push Beaver County. Once again, we don't charge admin. We don't charge anything. We don't want a penny of it. We want everything that they or anybody's willing to give to go to the students. So we're set up perfectly to be able to continue to take some donations from anybody that thinks they might want to do this.
Yeah, just like the Rents, the Aubrey Strong, and the Sutherland Scholarship. We did that. We want more. And it's a C3, so that's a tax deduction. Talk to your tax attorney to make sure.
Or just call Tyson.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, I appreciate you guys coming in today. If they want to get more information on maybe starting their own scholarship, how can they do that, Lance?
Same thing. I would say reach out to, go onto the website. There's contact information there. John Mihalik actually really pays attention to the
he does.
To the emails and the phone calls that come through, but as well as Mark and Nate Kopsak, and they're around. So many people know them. Our group is pretty well known. The individuals throughout the county come up to any of us, ask us a question, talk to us. Even if you have a thought about something that we could do to help these particular students, or these teachers or whatever, if you have a thought or an idea, we're willing to listen to that as well.
Or you can email us at empowered@pushbeavercounty.org.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you again,
Thanks.
Frank.
Appreciate it, Frank.
All right, coming up next, Noah has news on Beaver County Radio.
St. Barnabas thanks you for listening to the Best of Beaver County.